Let's talk about something that drives everything worth chasing: curiosity. It's not just wondering about random things. It's a burning need to understand why things are the way they are, how to improve them, and what I'm capable of when I push past the obvious. Curiosity kept me going when Tesla and SpaceX were on the brink, when I was sleeping on factory floors, scraping by, with the world calling my dreams a failure. Instead of giving up, I leaned into that spark, asking, what's the one thing I can do to turn this around? That single question, fueled by curiosity, changed my life and built empires. Asterisk, think back to when you were a kid. Maybe growing up in America, firing off why questions nonstop. Why do stars shine? Why do cars honk? Why can't I fly like a superhero? That wasn't just kid stuff. It was how you cracked open the world. But life dulls that fire. You get trapped in the grind. Emails, errands, scrolling social media. Recent stats show Americans burn over 2 hours a day on social media, chasing distractions instead of answers. That's time you could use to explore, create, or build something that lights you up. Curiosity is what separates those who just get by from those who shape the future. Asterisk, in 2008, curiosity pulled me back from the edge. Tesla was hemorrhaging money. SpaceX had 3 rocket failures, and I was so broke I couldn't cover rent. The headlines were brutal, calling us a joke. But I didn't quit. I got curious. I asked, what's the one thing that keeps these companies alive? That question cut through the chaos. For SpaceX, it was getting Falcon 1 into orbit. For Tesla, it was delivering the Roadster. Curiosity didn't just save my companies. It taught me that progress isn't about doing more. It's about locking in on what matters most. Asking the right questions is more powerful than having all the answers. Asterisk, most people lose 80% of their time, not because they're lazy, but because they've let curiosity fade. You're not here to slog through to-do lists, answer endless texts, or just pay bills. You're here to chase something bigger: a business, a passion, a legacy as a parent or creator. Curiosity is your compass, pushing you to ask, what's possible for me today? It's the key to real productivity, the kind that builds a life you're proud of. Today, I'm going to show you how I went from nearly losing everything to running multiple companies while still making time for my kids. You'll see why you're drained even when you're busy, why you feel stuck, and how to break free by letting curiosity lead. Let's dive in and rediscover how to ask the questions that win your day and your life. Asterisk, curiosity isn't just a fleeting interest. It's the engine behind breakthroughs, resilience, and a life that feels alive. It's what drives you to dig deeper, challenge assumptions, and find solutions when the odds are stacked against you. Let's unpack this further, drawing from the raw intensity of those pivotal moments in 2008 and beyond, while grounding it in practical insights you can use to reignite your own curiosity and take control of your life. Asterisk, the anatomy of curiosity. Why it matters. Asterisk, curiosity is more than asking questions. It's a mindset that refuses to accept that's just how it is. It's the difference between surviving and thriving. When Tesla and SpaceX were teetering on collapse in 2008, curiosity wasn't just a nice-to-have, it was my lifeline. I was sleeping on factory floors, eating whatever was cheapest, and facing a firestorm of skepticism. The easy path was to fold, but curiosity pushed me to ask, what's the absolute minimum we need to do to keep these dreams alive? That question wasn't vague or academic. It was surgical. For SpaceX, it meant obsessing over every component of the Falcon 1 rocket until we achieved orbit on the 4th launch, September 28, 2008. For Tesla, it was about delivering the Roadster to prove electric cars could be viable. Curiosity stripped away the noise and zeroed in on what mattered. Asterisk, this isn't just about billion-dollar companies. Curiosity is what pulls you out of ruts, whether you're stuck in a dead-end job, overwhelmed by parenting, or feeling like your days are slipping away. A 2020 study from the University of California, Davis, found that curious people are more likely to experience higher life satisfaction and resilience because they actively seek meaning and solutions. Meanwhile, the average American spends 2.5 hours daily on social media, Statista, 2025, numbing their curiosity with endless scrolling. That's time you could spend asking, what's one thing I can learn today to get closer to my goals? Curiosity turns wasted hours into progress. Asterisk how curiosity gets dulled, and how to reclaim it. Asterisk as kids, we're curiosity machines, asking why until adults beg us to stop. A 2018 study from the University of Michigan noted that children ask an average of 73 questions per day, driven by an innate need to understand the world. But as adults, we get bogged down by routine, fear of failure, or the pressure to have it all figured out. By your 30s, you're often so buried in responsibilities, work, bills, family, that curiosity feels like a luxury. It's not. It's your survival tool. Asterisk in 2008, I could have let fear kill my curiosity. The world was screaming that SpaceX and Tesla were doomed, and I was out of cash. But curiosity thrives in constraints. Instead of panicking, I broke problems into first principles, basic truths you can't argue with. For SpaceX, it was rockets need to reach orbit reliably. For Tesla, it was electric cars need to be desirable and functional. I asked, what's stopping us and how can we fix it? This approach didn't just save my companies, it became my playbook for Neuralink, the Boring Company, and beyond. Asterisk you can do this too. Start small. If you're drained by a packed schedule, ask, what's one task I can cut that doesn't move me forward? If you're stuck in a career rut, ask, what skill can I learn in 10 minutes a day to open new doors? Curiosity doesn't need grand gestures. It needs consistent, focused questions. Asterisk curiosity as productivity. Winning your day. Asterisk most people think productivity is about doing more, but it's about doing what matters. Curiosity helps you find the signal in the noise. In 2008, I was juggling two failing companies, a divorce, and no sleep. I didn't have time to waste, so I leaned on curiosity to prioritize. I'd ask, what's the one thing that, if solved, makes everything else easier? That question cut through the chaos and kept me moving. Asterisk today, running multiple companies and raising kids, I still use curiosity to stay sharp. I carve out time to read, explore new fields, and ask my team hard questions like, why are we doing it this way? Can we make it 10x better? A 2023 Harvard Business Review study found that curious leaders foster innovation because they challenge the status quo and inspire their teams to do the same. You don't need to be a CEO to apply this. If you're a parent, ask, what's one way I can connect with my kid today? If you're an artist, ask, what's one experiment I can try to push my work further? These questions spark action that aligns with your purpose. Asterisk to make curiosity practical. Try this asterisk 1. Morning question ritual. Start your day with one question, like, what's the most important thing I can do today? Write it down. This sets your focus. Asterisk 2. First principles thinking. When stuck, break a problem into its core truths. For example, if you're overwhelmed, ask, what do I actually need to feel in control? Then rebuild from there. Asterisk 3. Limit distractions. Cap social media to 30 minutes a day. Use the saved time to read, tinker, or journal about something you're curious about. Asterisk 4. Embrace failure as data. In 2008, every SpaceX launch failure was a lesson. Ask, what did I learn, and how can I use it? Failure fuels curiosity if you let it. Asterisk curiosity isn't just about today, it's about the mark you leave. Whether it's launching rockets, raising kids who ask, why, or starting a side hustle, curiosity drives you to create something lasting. In 2008, I wasn't chasing money. I was chasing answers to questions like, can humanity become multiplanetary? Can we ditch fossil fuels? Those questions, born from curiosity, built SpaceX and Tesla into what they are today. Asterisk you have your own questions waiting to be asked. Maybe it's, how can I turn my passion into a business? Or what's one way I can make my community better? Curiosity turns dreams into reality by giving you the clarity to act. A 2024 Gallup poll showed that people who pursue their passions are 3x more likely to feel fulfilled, but only 20% do it consistently. The other 80% let curiosity slip. Don't be that 80%. Asterisk right now, pause. Ask yourself, what's one thing I'm curious about that I've been too busy to explore? It could be learning a skill, fixing a relationship, or starting a project. Write it down. Then commit to one small step today. Read an article. Make a call. Sketch an idea. Curiosity doesn't need permission or perfect timing. It just needs you to start asking questions again. Asterisk, you're not here to grind through life. You're here to build, create, and discover. Let curiosity be your guide, and you'll find not just answers, but a life that's yours.